Hi friends, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then just welcome. This is it. This is what you came for. I'm sorry I've been MIA for, I think it's been 2 weeks. It's been a rough 2 weeks from going to work, to quitting my job, to getting a new job, to moving out of our apartment into a new apartment and helping another friend move into our old apartment, and it's been a little crazy. So that's why this video has taken so long. I was meant to upload last week and the week before that, but we're here now. You got me. As you guys know, I've been going on about this for a while. It is Pride Month this month, and while I am not part of the gay community in that way, I do fully support it. The kind of idea that I have is rainbow, pride. You know, the pride flag is rainbow colors. Yeah, so I want to try and play with each color from the rainbow. As you guys can see, I've already done my face. I feel like that'll just speed things along because I've already done step by step. If you want to see how I do my skin, click over here. I'm going to start off with a pretty precise little brush. I'm just going to dip straight into the reddest red that's in the palette. I'll show you. She's this one. Yeah, gonna go in there, and then I'm just gonna place it, kind of map out where I want it, and then we're just gonna continue to build this color up. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with that red, and I'm gonna go into the crease and just lightly lay down the red in the crease. Okay, then I'm going in with a clean blending brush to kind of just figure out what's happening, and ever so slightly just running my brush over the color just to kind of get that soft blend that's gonna happen. It doesn't look like it's happening now, but it's a process. So okay, so I forgot to clear the card for the memory card on the camera, so 5-minute break, but we're back. So I'm just going to keep blending it until I get the desired blend, if you will. I think I am going to add a bit of like burgundy in here as well, just to kind of darken it a little. And I mean, it's in the same color family-ish. So just keep jumping between your clean blending brush and the brush that you're using to put the color on. Okay, now I'm going to go in with that burgundy color. So for the burgundy, I'm going into the Kylie Cosmetics The Burgundy palette. Okay, and I'm going in with the shade that is in the middle called Burgundy. How about them apples? And because this is the color that I've got on my eye already, I don't see a point in using a different brush. So I'm going in with the same brush and I'm dipping into that burgundy shade. And I'm just going to place this in the outer corner and in the crease, but below where we've blended out the red. Baby? Did I hear you open a bottle of Coke? Can I have some? Thanks. Yeah. Okay, so back and forth. Like I said, windshield wiper motions, and only at the top of the color. So you don't want to, the way I'm blending now, you don't want to target all of that blending on the actual color. You just want to do it on the edges and a little bit beneath the edges to kind of bring the color up, because if you continuously do that on the actual color, then you're just going to disturb the color underneath and kind of blend everything out, and you'll lose all of the intensity. And when we get to the outer corner, we're sweeping up because we still want to keep that shape. So thanks, I love you. I'm gonna go in with a small brush again, but this one's got more of a pointed tip. So with that, I'm gonna go in with this bottom color called Almond, and I'm gonna take that on that point, and I'm gonna just again in the crease just to kind of darken it up a little. Okay, and I'm gonna take a little bit more of this almond color just on the same brush that I've been using for the other colors, and I'm just going to put that on the outer corner and drag it out. Okay, now for the top of the red, where it's blended out, I want to add a little bit of brown. And I just realized that I was looking for my other brush set and it was next to me the whole time. Like literally right here. I'm not wearing my glasses. Okay, so from the same Kylie palette, I'm going to go in with the color Beach, which is this brown shade up here, and just ever so slightly take it to where I've been blending that red. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. So now we're going to cut the crease, and to do that I'm going to take some concealer. I'm using the the Wet n Wild Photo Focus concealer, and put it on the back of your hand, and you want to take a brush that is quite flat, but yeah, it's flat and it's very thin. And don't coat the brush in concealer, because we're just gonna map out where we're gonna have the line first. So just start over here. Okay, I think I'm gonna go until there. Okay, we're taking it almost all the way down. And then before you put more concealer on your brush, just drag the product onto your eyelid, the product that's still there, and you can drag it down. Okay, and we're going to stop round about there, and I'm going to take this little brush that's had all the... Is it focused? If it did not focus that entire time. We're going to take the brush that has the color on it, just push some of that concealer back, and then I'm going to take the red from the James Charles palette on the same brush and mix it with the burgundy from the Kylie palette and drag it from this corner in as if you were doing an eyeliner. Okay, and then before we do any more blending or anything, now you're going to take a color that is similar to the color of the concealer that you've laid down on top. So I'm going to use my Tati palette for this, just because I love the color that's in here that's similar to my concealer, which is this one. It's Matte Aura. I'm going to go in with that same color from the Tati palette and really just lay it down where I want to set the concealer. Okay, and that's where I'm going to kind of stop. And I'm going to take this darker brown called Brick from the Kylie palette, and I'm going to draw a little line right above where the concealer is, and then going back in with the blending brush, we're just going to blend that up and out. And the way that I'm trying to buff this out is I'm barely touching the skin. I'm really just trying to refine it and smoothen it out. And once you go back into the crease, you can apply a tiny bit more pressure, but again, really not too much, because you don't want it to stick. I'm going to go in and blend a bit more later, but I really want to get this crease situation sorted out. So I'm going to go in and cut the crease again. Also, the thing that I wasn't quite prepared for moving in here was the fact that across from my apartment neighbors, which are behind me, they watch TV really loudly, and I don't know why, but it's always super loud. So if you guys hear Vietnamese soap opera, it's behind me. That's also how I know it's the TV, because there's a chicken. Okay, I'm just going to take a flatter packing brush to really get this color on there. So I'm going to take the brush that I used to put all the color on, and with that I'm going to drag the red and the burgundy across to kind of blend it in a little. It's just back and forth. And then I'm going to add a bit more of this shade with that blending brush just into the corner, just to give it a little bit more definition. Okay, now this is the part that I think is going to be quite fun. The eyeliner. Okay, so for eyeliner, I'm going in with Maybelline Vivid Matte Red Liquid Lipstick. It's in the shade number 35, Rebel Red. I've got my little eyeliner brush over here, so I'm just going to put that in the back of my hand. You can of course just go straight off there, but I'm so used to using the back of my hand. And you're going to wish me luck because I've never used liquid lipstick. I've seen people do it, I've just never done it myself. So we're gonna make our line. This is pretty. Okay, I'm definitely here for this. I love it. Okay, so I've used the red lipstick for the eyeliner, and now I'm going to go in with a tiny brush, and I'm going to take the red from the James Charles palette, and I'm going to set the liquid lipstick just because I'm scared, you know. So then you're just going to take the red eyeshadow, whatever red eyeshadow you're using, and you're just going to press that on top of the liquid lipstick. Okay, and there we go. So now I just want to go on the lower lash line to tie everything together. So I'm going to take a little brush that's kind of fluffy with the color, the red from the James Charles palette, and I'm just going to take that on the lower lash line. So I've blended the red down on the lower lash line, and now I'm going to add a little bit of that brown because there's brown on the top, so we want to put brown on the bottom. So bear that in mind whenever you're adding to the lower lash line. Most of the time, obviously depending on what kind of a look you're going for, most of the time you're going to want to match the two. So whatever we have on the top, we want on the bottom. Now I want to go in with a little bit of white on top of the color that I've put on the lid because I like what it's doing, but it's still got a bit of a pink tint to it. I'm going to be taking the same small packing brush that I used for the peachy shade, and I'm just going to take a little bit of the white from the James Charles palette and put that on top. But I really don't want to coat this on thick. I'm even tapping off the excess. I just want that extra little white cast on top. Now I'm just going to do some final touches with the blending, you know, kind of blend out a little bit more on the side and a little bit more on the inside here. I think it's safe to say I'm reasonably happy with the blending that's going on. I'm going to put some white eyeliner on my lower lash line because I just feel like that's really going to tie everything together with the white that's on top. So, because it's a pencil, if you warm it up on the back of your hand, it really helps it glide on really nice and smoothly and quickly. And then I'm going to tight line my upper lash line, and that's kind of just going to close the gap between the eyelashes and the skin that's underneath. And I find that this is the easiest way. Like, of course you can hold your eyelashes up and go, but for me that is hella ticklish, so we don't do that here. I'm gonna just do it like this. You kind of close your eye, and you can feel where you need to put it, but just do it slowly. Don't poke your eye out. Okay, now for the mascara. So the way I do my mascara, I try and take off as much of the product as I can, and then I put it at the root, I wiggle, I pull, and as I pull, I roll. And often I end up like with mascara up to my eyebrows, up to my bloody hairline. If that happens, don't freak out. I know it's difficult, but don't freak out. Let it dry and then use a Q-tip or a piece of cotton wool or something just to brush it off, because if you immediately try and take it off, it's just going to smudge everywhere and ruin whatever surface is underneath it. So it's going to ruin your foundation, or it will ruin your eyeshadow, you know. So just wait for it to dry. It will dry, it will become crusty, and then you can just... Anyway, so this is the first eye. I'm gonna attempt to replicate it on this side, and then I'll be back. Peace. Alright, so now I'm gonna do some highlight, and this has been my favorite highlighter for as long as I can remember. It's the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder. It looks like so. I'm just gonna take some and highlight my cheekbones, and then I'm gonna take a smaller brush and get the tip. I put mascara on my nose earlier, and I listened to myself, and I waited for it to dry, and I forgot that it was there. Okay, I've got my go-to that I've used, I think, in both videos that I've uploaded because I love her, she's my baby. It's the Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquid Lip in number 50 Nude Thrill. And this, it smells good, it tastes good in a weird way. It's a decent shade. It's kind of got like a peachy tone to it. So I might actually just put like a little bit of concealer or something over it just to neutralize it a bit more. I'd really love to build up my collection of lip liners because I only have one. Eyeshadows are more appealing to me whenever I have money. So an eyeshadow palette a month and I'm happy. I'm wondering if I should put a bit of concealer over this. Well, let's try it. If we don't like it, we can change it. Okay, but I actually do like that a lot more. This is the first look of this month. Again, I'm sorry it took so long, but life's busy. And yeah, red, first color of the rainbow, first look of Pride Month. I'm gonna try and get through all the colors this month, but there's no guarantee at this point. You know, I wish I could be like, yeah, so 7 colors. No, my life does not work out that way. So you guys gonna get what you gonna get, but I'm gonna try. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.